So Pyramid Head is finally here in Dead by Daylight, and I think he's an okay addition. At first I was really annoyed because this killer was not easy to learn. This killer has a learning curve, and it's a bit more time consuming to find all of the techniques, what you should do and what you shouldn't do, than it is with Michael, Oni, or even the pig for that matter. His power basically allows him to injure survivors through objects, and whilst I have seen people say that this power is like Carter's Spark, I disagree. Carter's Spark is done to slow down survivors and build up his map control, and Pyramid Head, much like the Huntress, is an anti-chase killer. Except the difference is that Pyramid Head's aim has to be accurate. Okay, I'm getting so tired and fed up of calling this guy Pyramid Head over and over, so we're just going to create new names.
Bogeyman.
赤い三角と
Speaking of map control, Triangle Head has a really bad time stopping gens from being done. Your rights of judgment power is useful in this situation, but you can't put it near any objective related locations. And I think this should be changed to some extent, but it's not exactly the biggest weakness. And mentioning change reminds me about his perks, unfortunately, because his perks are the new worst perks in the game, beaten only by a few. These perks make Monstrous Shrine look like an S tier perk, I'm not joking. The last few killers we've gotten had pathetic perks that just turned out to be worse and worse and worse. And I guess the problem is that any killer before Fanny Face had good perks, and they didn't want to make killers unstoppable, but there are ways to add perks without making them bad. If you have run out of good ideas in your game, then you should just add more things to the game. I don't know how long Dead by Daylight will keep up this simple gameplay mode. And lastly, this killer's lunge needs practice, beaten only by Huntress for having the most annoying lunge in the game. And yeah, it's because you have a shockwave, but that takes practice, and therefore the first few games as Pyramid Head can be frustrating and tedious. Therefore, I would run no-ed for your first few games, like I would with any other killer. His pros is his Torment ability, which basically counters everything if you do it right. You counter flashlight, toolboxes, blocking, DS, and even fucking borrow time. I have never seen myself so proud to down a survivor when there are 3 other survivors right next to an exit gate. It is just so amazing. If you run no-ed on Pyramid Head whilst you know how to play Pyramid Head, you're unstoppable. In fact, I'm just going to say this quick, do not run Pyramid Head's teachables on Pyramid Head. Just don't. Don't run it on the Illuminati. Run other perks on the Illuminati. Other perks include barbecue and chili. Yeah, I know that this one's confusing, but I'll get to that later. Pop goes the weasel. Okay, yeah. Discordance, definitely. Surveillance, nurse's calling. I cannot say how good this perk is on him. And this is the part where I say, don't be an idiot and just send people to cages or willy-nilly if you have no good reason to. If you have a good strategy with Pyramid Head, you're going to do pretty well. I guess I should talk about the new map. It's pretty sick. Quite fucking easy to get lost in. Everyone knows this. As a killer main, obvious weaknesses is the alarm going off when you don't want it to, but as a benefit, this map has some of the most unsafe vaults and pallet placement I've ever seen in DBD. It has like 4 good pallets, 5 if you're lucky. This map is easy to get lost in, and this affects the killer the most. But once you find out which part of a school the stairs are located in, you don't get lost. The reason why I think this map is a bit more killer side is because the exit gates are literally so easy to get to one after the other, and once you find one gen, you're gonna find the other gens really quickly. Now I know there's one more thing to talk about, but who fucking cares about Survivor mains when Legion has a new bunny costume? This is amazing. This is the buff Legion needed if you ask me.